An hour of fun facts? Get comfortable. We've got plenty of fun facts to look forward to. The Apple Vision Pro introduced immersive learning with 3D models. The technology allows for the simulation of surgeries, engineering environments, and complex scenarios with unprecedented precision. In 2017, Samsung launched the Ostrich ad, where an ostrich experiences flight thanks to a virtual reality simulator. The campaign won several Clio awards for its creativity and emotional storytelling. Alexander Goldes takes stop motion to an extraordinary level, creating animations with time-lapse photography that combines art and technology. His skill brings inanimate objects to life. Valeriano Fatica, an Italian sculptor, carves fruit with such precision that he creates busts of characters like Goku and Venom. His works demonstrate an astonishing skill in working with organic materials. There are dog training for humans programs where people learn to improve their communication and empathy with their dogs. These courses strengthen connection and mutual understanding. The so-called safety candle, of Chinese origin, is striking for its design, capable of illuminating spaces with intense light while reducing the risk of fire. This invention, tested in Dubai, combines heat-resistant materials and a system that automatically cuts off the flame in the event of an accident. Matte charcoal masters charcoal to portray scenes and faces filled with emotion. His style blends the abstract and the realistic with remarkable technical precision. The Fallas Festival in Valencia transforms the Spanish city into an open-air museum with satirical monuments made of cardboard and wood. The festival culminates with a spectacular burning and a unique pyrotechnic display. Microsoft introduced a Deadpool-inspired Xbox controller called the Cheek Controller. Available only through a raffle, it became a highly sought-after collector's item. In Florence, the Ponte Vecchio survived World War II, as Adolf Hitler reportedly ordered it not to be destroyed due to its historical beauty. In Paris, the Eiffel Tower was almost dismantled after the 1889 World's Fair, but it survived thanks to its use as a radio antenna. The northern lights illuminate the polar sky with shades of green and violet, a phenomenon caused by the interaction of solar particles with the Earth's magnetic field. The King of Hearts is the only one in the deck without a mustache. This oddity stems from a 15th century printing error that, far from being corrected, became a tradition and part of the card's charm. In Saudi Arabia, the Shabara Resort Hotel floats over turquoise waters. Its rooms, suspended metallic spheres, combine luxury, privacy, and solar energy in a futuristic landscape. The TMC Dumont, the work of Brazilian Tarso Marques, features a 1960s Rolls-Royce aircraft engine. With its 300 horsepower and avant-garde design, it won fans and won the prestigious Daytona Bike Week. The moon doesn't emit its own light, it reflects the sun's. Although it returns only 3 to 12% of what it receives, its proximity makes it a beacon of light at night. In some experiments, certain cows wear a device that connects to their stomachs. This allows scientists to study digestion and improve livestock nutrition, reducing costs and emissions. In the United States, advanced drones are already delivering medicine and food to remote areas. They also monitor fires and floods, helping to save ecosystems and respond quickly to emergencies. In Japan, the Dr. Yellow train travels at high speed along the bullet train tracks to inspect them. It doesn't carry passengers, but its sighting is a symbol of railway precision. Some species of fireflies synchronize their flashing. This natural spectacle, seen in Southeast Asia and North America, serves to attract mates and fascinates like a dance of lights. Scientists are developing technology that allows virtual objects to be manipulated in 3 dimensions, using only the hands, without gloves or remote controls, bringing digital reality closer to the tangible. In Chongqing, China, The Crystal Skyscraper hangs more than 820 feet high. It connects several buildings and houses, gardens, pools, and viewing platforms with breathtaking panoramic views, breaking the rules of traditional architecture. Nike created shoes that can be slipped on without hands, thanks to a self-adjusting system in the heel. They are perfect for people with reduced mobility or for those seeking instant comfort without sacrificing style. Stop motion is an animation technique that brings real objects to life through sequential photos. Although laborious, it creates a magical style like that seen in films like The Nightmare Before Christmas. The Lopafit combines an electric bicycle with a treadmill. Instead of pedaling, you walk on a treadmill powered by a motor. Born in the Netherlands, it offers gentle exercise and eco-friendly transportation in a single invention. The Neurorone is an autonomous electric food delivery vehicle. It has no steering wheel or seats and is guided by 360-degree cameras and artificial intelligence operating in cities across the United States. The Siberian Husky can withstand temperatures as low as -104 degrees Fahrenheit, thanks to its double coat. Bred to pull sleds, it is resilient, energetic, and perfectly adapted to extreme climates. In Australia, the Jetpack flying backpack uses 2 enormous propellers to lift a person. Although experimental, it is reminiscent of science fiction scenes and paves the way for personal air transport. Chess boxing combines physical combat with mental games. Competitors alternate boxing bouts with rounds of chess, winning by checkmate or knockout in an extreme test of body and mind. Drone races pit pilots against each other as they pilot aircraft at full speed around obstacle-filled circuits. With first-person view goggles, the experience combines reflexes, precision, and pure adrenaline. Since the 1980s, candies have been made that include insects such as crickets and scorpions. They are edible and are sold at fairs and in specialty shops, ideal for those seeking an extreme challenge. Stormproof matches even light underwater. Resistant to wind, rain, and extreme conditions, they were created for military use, but today are essential for camping and survival. Creating your own perfume involves mixing essential oils with alcohol. A base note like vanilla, a middle note like lavender, and a top note like lemon are chosen. After weeks of resting, a unique aroma emerges, impossible to find in stores. A specialized robot prepares pizzas in stores without human intervention. It stretches the dough, adds sauce, cheese, and other ingredients with millimeter precision. It combines Italian tradition with the efficiency of automation. On the International Space Station, astronauts made pizzas in microgravity. They used flatbread, sauce, and processed cheese to keep things from floating. Cooking up there is a challenge, but this food crossed the atmosphere to brighten the mood. In 1847, an American sailor pierced the center of a bun to help it bake better. Thus was born the bagel with its classic shape, which went from a practical solution to a global culinary icon. At 70 years old, Pole Alexander Doba rode solo across the Atlantic from France to New York for 110 days. He braved storms, giant waves, and loneliness, proving that age doesn't stop passion. According to a 2023 report, the best-selling video games are Minecraft with over 220 million copies, followed by GTA 5 and Tetris. 3 entire generations grew up among blocks, open worlds, and virtual chaos. Grass skiing is practiced without snow using skis with wheels. It originated in Germany as a summer training sport and is now a high-speed sport on green hills. In tornado-prone areas, steel shelters under beds protect 1 or 2 people. Some include vents, lights, and even Wi-Fi, creating an instant home fortress. Dagmar Turner played the violin while having a brain tumor removed. Doctors monitored her motor skills in real time to preserve her musical abilities, a union of art and medicine that saved her talent. The Truck Surf Hotel is a truck converted into a hotel that travels the coasts of Portugal and Morocco. It offers rooms, a kitchen, and common areas for surfers seeking adventure in motion. In synchronized dives, athletes display intense expressions of effort and concentration. Each jump demands perfect coordination and absolute control in fractions of a second. In countries with extreme snowfall, special trains remove up to 3,500 tons of snow per hour. With front-mounted blades and rotating launchers, they keep winter transport moving. Crocodile skin boots are a symbol of luxury and exclusivity. Its high price is due to the exotic nature of the leather and the craftsmanship that can take days to complete. In 1885, German Gottlieb Daimler created the first motorcycle, with wooden wheels and a rudimentary engine. Although unstable, it marked the beginning of modern motorcycles. There is a coffee table called kusu that is much more than a piece of furniture. It cools drinks, charges phones, plays music, and responds to voice commands. A futuristic piece that transforms any room. In 2017, the Latvian company Aerons surprised the world by making the first parachute jump from a giant drone. This drone, with powerful propellers, lifted a skydiver to more than 984 feet before his jump, showing a future where personal aviation will be common. Angelica Hicks is a British artist who blends fashion and humor in minimalist and witty illustrations. Her drawings, full of visual and wordplay, parody the world of haute couture with irony and vibrant colors. Major brands have collaborated with her for her fresh style and connection with young audiences. Fabiano Milani, a Brazilian painter, masters hyper-realism with paintings that look like photographs. Every detail, from the pores of the skin to the reflections in the eyes, is achieved with oil paint and without digital aid. His work conveys such intense emotions that looking at one of his paintings is like having a face-to-face encounter with a real person. Toyota introduced the E4M, a fully autonomous, electric, and personal vehicle. This futuristic car is designed for comfortable and stress-free urban travel, eliminating the need to drive. It also helps reduce pollution by being 100% electric, representing the transportation of tomorrow. In nighttime marble races, each ball bears the flag of a country, turning the game into an international competition filled with patriotism and excitement. The marbles race down illuminated tracks, where speed and accuracy determine the winner. Every 4th of July, Coney Island in New York City is filled with excitement with the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest. For 10 minutes, competitors devour as many hot dogs and buns as possible in front of a packed crowd. This event, which began as a joke, has become a national tradition, with records exceeding 70 hot dogs. Some tattoos represent hidden sound waves. Scanning them with an app plays the song or voice that inspired the design. This fusion of art and technology allows us to carry memories on our skin that we can not only see but also hear. Each tattoo becomes a unique, audible story. In Tulum, Mexico, there is a museum that we visit not with our eyes, but with our senses. This space immerses visitors in Mayan cosmology, using lights, sounds, aromas, and textures that recreate the underworld and sacred corn. The Holi Festival, known as the Festival of Colors, is celebrated every spring in India and many places around the world. People dressed in white throw colored powder at each other while dancing and sharing sweets, celebrating the victory of good over evil. It is a celebration that unites everyone in joy and positive energy. Thoroughbred horses, originally from England, are the kings of the race. Their athletic physique, endurance, and intelligent temperament make them exceptional athletes. Every movement seems calculated for victory, and their lineage has been meticulously curated for centuries, serving as symbols of power and tradition. The vertical dance fuses acrobatics, climbing, and performance art. Dancers hang from facades in harnesses and perform gravity-defying choreography, transforming the walls into living stages. This urban expression requires strength and creativity and dazzles at festivals around the world. The first airport dedicated exclusively to flying cars and electric drones opened in England. Called a vertiport, it runs on renewable energy and is designed for vertical takeoffs and landings. This futuristic space paves the way for fast, eco-friendly urban transportation. Festo created a robotic bird that mimics the flight of a swallow. It weighs just 42 grams and is made of ultralight materials. Its wings move precisely, allowing it to glide and turn like a real bird, even in gusts of wind. It's a fascinating advance in nature-inspired technology. An electric bicycle weighing just 17 pounds is revolutionizing urban transportation. Its motor is hidden in the seat tube and the battery is in a water bottle, giving it a clean, minimalist design. It's perfect for those seeking lightweight and efficient mobility without sacrificing style. In several cities, artists are turning manhole covers into urban canvases. They use ink to create striking designs, which they then print on t-shirts. This fusion of street art and fashion allows people to take a part of the local culture with them, transforming the city into a living gallery. The tensegrity floating chair seems to defy gravity with its unique structure. This innovative design combines balance and tension to create a functional and artistic piece that appears to float in the air, demonstrating that art and design can surprise us in everyday objects. Jessie Graff, passionate about extreme sports, built a Ninja Warrior-style training arena in her backyard. With ropes, walls, and obstacles, she simulates the tests of the famous program to improve strength and endurance. Her daily discipline demonstrates that with creativity and determination, dreams can be trained at home. Jordi Roca, a renowned Spanish pastry chef, creates desserts that are true sensorial experiences. In his 3 Michelin-starred restaurant, he transforms flavors into memories and smells into emotions. His ice creams, which mimic perfumes, and sweets that tell stories, break away from traditional pastries. Bruno Catalano, a French sculptor, is famous for his incomplete human figures cast in bronze. His works feature large gaps that symbolize the emotional emptiness of migrants who leave their culture and loved ones behind. Each piece conveys a story of loss, identity, and hope amid absence. Push-button stairs that transform into elevators facilitate access for people with reduced mobility. This ingenious system combines design and functionality to eliminate barriers in public spaces. With this innovation, inclusion and autonomy for all become a reality in seconds. Rome implemented a system to promote recycling where people exchanged plastic bottles for subway tickets. In just 3 months, they collected nearly 2 million bottles, reducing pollution and promoting sustainable habits. This initiative unites technology and awareness to care for the planet. Top Chef is a television show that takes culinary competition to the extreme. This format has been adapted in several countries, becoming a global phenomenon. More than a competition, it is a battle of talent, technique, and passion, where each dish is a work of art created under intense pressure. In military operations, some soldiers wear special footwear that erases their footprints and creates the illusion of going the wrong way. This advanced technology confuses trackers, causing them to lose their trail or become disoriented. It is a crucial advantage in high-risk missions for maintaining security and stealth. Hitachi Seaside Park in Japan is famous for its hills covered in blue flowers called baby blue eyes. Every spring, these flowers paint the landscape a spectacular blue, attracting tourists and photographers. There is a steam-powered motorcycle that revives the technology of old-fashioned steam trains. Its steam engine offers a different and nostalgic experience, with the characteristic sound of a classic locomotive. This retro-futuristic motorcycle is a gem for lovers of engineering and vintage vehicles. Pixel makeup is a trend that transforms the face into a canvas of tiny pixels and colorful geometric shapes. This modern artistic style has gained popularity with visual effects that look like something out of a futuristic video game. The Lærdal Tunnel in Norway is the longest in the world at over 15 miles. To prevent drivers from becoming bored and losing attention, the tunnel features sections lit in different colors and gentle curves that make it easier to navigate. In China, a patient with complex paralysis regained the ability to walk after an innovative surgery that connects the brain directly to the legs via a brain-spinal interface. Scientists are creating mice with fur similar to that of woolly mammoths using genetic engineering. This project advances the possible resurrection of mammoths, animals extinct for thousands of years. This research opens new doors in science and raises debates about ethics and the future of species. Cole Robert Ellsworth masters the art of rock balancing, placing rocks on top of each other without glue or support. Each structure seeks physical and spiritual harmony, reflecting his deep connection with nature and conveying a message of patience and concentration. In China, designers have created durable, eco-friendly furniture that doesn't use screws or nails. The wood is joined by snapping and pressure, reducing the environmental footprint and facilitating assembly. This technique is trending because it combines durability with sustainable design. A spacesuit can cost more than $12 million due to its advanced materials such as Kevlar and carbon. Each suit is custom-made to protect against extreme temperatures and cosmic radiation and allow mobility, ensuring safety on space missions. The Cat Beulah Pro is a smart cat toilet that uses artificial intelligence to analyze the pet's health through its waste, self-cleaning, and with advanced sensors, it detects problems such as urinary tract infections and sends reports to the owner, facilitating preventative care. Papua New Guinea is home to the tube-nosed bat, which has large eyes and a grinning jawbone. This frugivorous mammal disperses seeds and pollen, helping to regenerate the tropical forest and maintain local biodiversity, despite its unusual appearance. The chinchilla-like rodent, a South American rodent, has a facial expression that appears tired yet alert. Its jawbone and eyes give this unique genetic impression. It inhabits arid areas and adapts by resting while watching for potential predators. The Tower of Life in Senegal is a building inspired by baobab trees, with roots extending upward. This project combines offices, a museum, and a native forest, creating internal microclimates for a sustainable and comfortable environment, a milestone in ecological architecture. In Siberia, Russian scientists revived two prehistoric worms frozen in permafrost for thousands of years. Approximately 32,000 and 41,000 years old, these organisms were cellularly reactivated, opening doors to biology and genetic conservation. The Abampa solar plant in Nevada is one of the largest in the world, with more than 170,000 mirrors that reflect solar energy to heat towers and generate clean electricity. This project is a benchmark in renewable energy and reducing polluting emissions. A YouTuber from Brainfood TV created a giant lighter called Alan, which shoots out a flame so large it looks like a flamethrower. Although it's enormous, it works perfectly for lighting candles, cigarettes, or starting small campfires. Krista Karor uses makeup to transform into Pixar characters, making her face disappear, leaving only the film's protagonist visible. Her color and shadow effects are so detailed they seem straight out of the screen. The Meatbuster team created a giant human-scale glue trap that traps real people. This impressive experiment shows how the feeling of being trapped can be recreated, similar to mousetraps in movies. The Los Angeles Reservoir is covered with 96 million plastic balls called shade balls, which block sunlight and prevent algae growth. They also reduce water evaporation, helping to conserve millions of gallons of water in the process. Miller Lite created a curious wireless video game controller shaped like a beer can. This device has 10 buttons and connects via Bluetooth to any console, combining a passion for beverages with digital entertainment. The pigalo fish gets its name from the crest on its upper body, reminiscent of a rooster's. Considered one of the strongest fish in the ocean, it's a real challenge to catch due to its stamina and strength. Tom Wiring is a DJ who spins R&B beats while cycling through British cities like Bristol and London. His talent and energy are contagious among passers-by, who often follow him to catch his tunes and take the opportunity to exercise. The lava lamp is formed by the interaction of water and wax inside a glass heated by a bulb hidden in the base. The visual effect shows drops that move and change shape, creating a hypnotic and relaxing spectacle. Bamboo Cycles, a Mexican company, makes bicycles from bamboo, a durable and eco-friendly material that gives its models a unique style. These bicycles stand out for their combination of innovation and respect for the environment. Toby is a border collie famous on the internet for his soccer skills. This dog catches and kicks the ball with his front paws like a pro, gaining followers thanks to his talent and charisma. Pastry chef Amaury Guichon creates detailed sculptures made entirely of chocolate. His works, so realistic they seem unreal, have gone viral on social media, where he shares videos showing the creation process. The space pencil was designed in 1966 for the Apollo 7 mission and works in zero gravity, underwater, and in any orientation. This pen is an essential tool for astronauts who need to write in extreme conditions. A skydiver made the first jump from several drones that supported his weight, landing in a river at over 984 feet above sea level. This unprecedented maneuver went viral for its innovation and spectacularity. Frozen fruits and vegetables produce distinctive sounds as they thaw, which can be heard in ASMR macro videos, showing a little-known side of the food heating and thawing process. Airbnb recreated Winnie the Pooh's house in Ashdown Forest, England. Designed by the same artist who illustrated the character for 30 years, this cabin is an exact replica that allows fans to experience the cartoon. Slow-mo Guys captured in ultra-slow motion how a wine glass explodes, showing in detail how the glass wobbles and shatters into large and tiny pieces, creating a fascinating visual spectacle. The tradition of making glass sculptures dates back to ancient Egypt. The glass is melted to a moldable white consistency, allowing for the creation of shiny, aesthetic pieces that continue to amaze today. The Octogripper's robotic arm, inspired by an octopus, was developed by the German company Festo. Its design, featuring blue tentacles and elastic mobility, makes it an impressive and versatile robot for various applications. The basketballs are made with a synthetic leather cover that protects a balloon-shaped internal structure, which retains air to keep the ball inflated. The edges are reinforced with nylon or polyester for durability. Harmon Candies is the world's largest handmade candy factory, founded in Denver in 1920. Its employees maintain artisanal traditions to create unique treats that have delighted palates for generations. The smart tent opens and closes in seconds, thanks to an automatic pre-wired system, perfect for those who hate wasting time setting up camp. It also features a lockable door and built-in solar lights for added convenience. Alexander Semenov is an underwater photographer who captures unique nighttime images of marine creatures in the Mediterranean. Thanks to his special camera, he reveals minute details of species that usually go unnoticed. In one factory, more than 80 million rolls of toilet paper are produced daily. The logs are turned into cellulose pulp, which is then mixed with recycled paper, resulting in the soft, delicate paper we use at home. Someone turned a potato slice into an accordion in seconds, demonstrating impressive skill with a knife, although this person's identity remains a mystery. In Indiana, the Bollywood factory transforms mountains of recycled plastic into minimalist and functional furniture, combining art with a powerful ecological message. The golden lion tamarin, a small primate from Brazil with a spectacular mane, measures between 30 and 40 centimeters, not including its tail. It is endangered due to the destruction of its natural habitat. The first kebab to reach space was launched more than 121,000 feet in a weather balloon by Swiss chef Pascal Luther. After 2 hours in space, the kebab froze back and crashed to Earth. Professional restoration of an iPhone's rear glass begins with a laser that removes the adhesive. The glass is then removed with a special tool to apply a new layer, significantly improving the device's appearance. Cranes that build skyscrapers can increase the height of their arms as needed and have a mobile forklift to transport objects with precision. Operating them is risky and requires highly trained professionals. Marcos Costanzo is an expert in creating sound effects for films. For animal sounds, he uses everyday objects or vocal emulations, with work in films like Ice Age requiring a great deal of practice and creativity. Physicists have managed to create water droplets with square and hexagonal shapes using electric fields and oil mixtures, forming straight points almost impossible to see in nature, a marvel for science. Monica Carvalho, a Swiss photographer, creates surreal photomontages by mixing similar colors, textures, and shapes to create unique images. Her digital work has amassed more than 100,000 followers on Instagram. Wing walking is an extreme challenge that involves walking or standing on the wings of an airplane in mid-flight, sometimes even jumping from one plane to another. This challenge began in 1920 and has had restrictions since the 1970s to prevent accidents. The Zenses theme park in Mexico offers optical illusions that trick the mind. In some areas, things appear to be out of place, and you can even see streams that are not what they seem, making the experience both surprising and fun. The Zangbetos, traditional guardians of the night in Voodoo culture, are semi-human figures who act as a kind of unofficial police force. They wear costumes that mimic birds, and according to tradition, spirits control their bodies to capture criminals. The world's longest ice cream sundae measured more than 1 kilometer and 386 meters, made with more than 500 gallons of ice cream, more than 130 liters of chocolate and strawberry syrup, 2,000 cans of whipped cream, 33 pounds of sprinkles, and 20,000 cherries. The world's most expensive fries are sold at a Manhattan restaurant called CDPT TRE, one of whose investors is Selena Gomez. They are made with pure goose fat from southwest France and cost close to $200. Cave diving is an extreme sport that involves exploring flooded caves. It's dangerous and difficult because many caves are unexplored and have complex access, so only experts dare to try it, whether for science, exploration, or rescue. The phenomenon of breaking a wine glass with your voice is real. Opera singers can vibrate glass until it collapses, and this has been demonstrated in slow-motion videos where the glass shatters due to high sound vibrations. Sawyer is a hairdressing robot capable of giving sophisticated haircuts without artificial intelligence. It recognizes areas to cut and moves the clipper precisely, demonstrating robotic versatility, although it was not designed for commercial use. Stamp is a robot designed to park cars autonomously, locating them based on the owner's desired time. This allows for maximum use of parking spaces and makes the task easier for drivers. KFC launched a burger made with a donut bun, blending sweet and savory flavors. This limited recipe was available in only 3 cities in the United States and served as a successful marketing strategy. YouTuber Jay Laser Video built a replica of Captain America's shield that bounces just like the original. Although it's not made of vibranium, after much testing and practice, he managed to make the shield bounce off walls and corners like in the movies. Airplanes load passenger luggage with machines that move the suitcases on wheels, making the process easier and preventing damage to the contents. This system speeds up loading and unloading at airports. Ernu Rubik, a Hungarian designer, created the Rubik's Cube in 1974, although the current name became popular in 1980. His puzzle became a global phenomenon and is now sold worldwide. The Mona Lisa was recreated with more than 23,000 rice crackers in a giant mosaic measuring more than 116 cubic meters. More than 200 people participated in this record-breaking project, which became quite a spectacle. A goldfish that couldn't swim was helped with a special life jacket. The owners noticed that the fish floated upside down and, after a veterinary diagnosis, they made a harness that allowed it to improve its mobility in the water. The Fata Morgana effect is an optical illusion that makes objects such as cities, ships, or mountains appear to float in the air. This occurs due to light refraction and thermal conditions, creating surprising and almost magical views. To test the brakes of large trucks, they are fully loaded and accelerated to full power, then braked immediately. These tests verify the effectiveness of the brakes, which are vital for safety in heavy transport. In an Indian national park, a bear intimidated a much larger tiger by standing on its hind legs to appear more imposing. The tiger fled and was chased, displaying a curious instance of animal dominance. David Rush broke the world record by balancing an object on his head for over 2.5 hours. He regained this title after another person took it from him, demonstrating exceptional concentration and balance. The Rubik's Cube 360 is a circular variation of the traditional one. The objective is to make the balls fall into the corresponding holes according to their color. Although there is only one solution, there are several ways to achieve it. It is ideal for ages 8 and up. YouTuber Smaragd Wellis incubated a parakeet egg that was hidden in the cage of a female bird sold by a store. With dedication, he managed to hatch a white parakeet, an achievement that demonstrated his love and patience for birds. Many Egyptian statues have broken noses because this part represented the connection with the gods. In political or religious conflicts, noses were damaged to sever these ties, rendering the statues unrecognizable and losing their symbolic power. Argentine Lucia Cosoleto has just been crowned world champion in the SUP-surfing category of the ISA World (SUP) paddleboard championship being held in Sables-d'Olonne, France. An astronomical phenomenon caused the Moon, Mars, and Venus to appear to descend toward the Popocatépetl volcano in Mexico, captured by surveillance cameras. The visual effect looked like the celestial bodies were being devoured by the volcano, a near-perfect image. The Tank Herconet Super Mario Limited Edition is a smartwatch with designs and colors of the famous video game character. In addition to being attractive, it includes animations that appear when you meet daily goals and costs over $500. A giant praying mantis can hunt fish and even hummingbirds. This insect is a feared predator, and its voracity is evident in videos showing it devouring prey that is large for its size. In the United States, rivers and lakes are repopulated by releasing thousands of fish from the air into the water. The fish chosen are usually fry, which have a high survival rate to maintain the ecological balance in these ecosystems. Recent studies indicate that virtual reality can shut down up to 60% of hippocampal neurons during sessions, which could weaken brain connections, a worrying fact for the prolonged use of this technology. The golden tortoise beetle, which resembles a living jewel, inhabits Southwest Asia. To protect itself from predators, it hides under leaves or in hidden places, keeping its impressive, shiny appearance out of reach. The Komodo dragon is a fearsome predator whose infected bite can be fatal. Videos of its attack, captured by a wild boar-shaped camera, show its strength and the danger it poses in its natural habitat. The pelican fish has a flexible jaw that can expand like a balloon to catch large prey. Although it's rare, it often gets caught in fishing nets due to this peculiarity. Mayflies, or mayflies, spend almost their entire lives as nymphs and hatch simultaneously in the summer to reproduce. This phenomenon creates swarms at night that are attracted to lights, invading entire cities. The Golden Boy burger is the most expensive in the world, with bread covered in edible gold, caviar, Iberian ham, and duck mayonnaise, among other exotic ingredients. It can only be eaten with a reservation and an advance payment of more than $600, costing almost $6,000 in total. Axe throwing is a sport that involves accurately throwing axes at a target from a certain distance. Popular in English-speaking countries, it has become a worldwide competition known as the lumberjack sport. The Menas Guaman Temple in India is a Hindu shrine filled with colorful statues depicting animals, gods, and demons. The main goddess is known as Fish Eyes for the perfect shape of her eyes. The dumb rattlesnake is the longest snake in the world, reaching over 11.5 feet. It is the second most venomous snake with a mortality rate of 20% and is found in forested and humid areas of Central and South America. In Tokyo, Harry's Coffee Shop allows you to drink coffee and pet hedgehogs for a fee of about $1 just to enter. In Japan, themed cafes featuring exotic animals like tarantulas are common and part of the culture. Out to Me is a small robot that cleans device screens in seconds, removing fingerprints and dirt with great efficiency and effortlessness, revolutionizing the way smartphones and tablets are kept clean. Volcano boarding or sandboarding is an extreme sport that involves climbing a volcano and launching yourself down one of its slopes using a board. Those who practice it face risks such as toxic gases, flying molten lava, cuts from hardened ash, and illness. This sport is popular in Cerro Negro, Nicaragua. A stunning visual experiment uses a jug of water with alcohol poured inside, then a fire is lit at the tip, and the flames are observed as they spread from top to bottom, creating a mesmerizing effect of controlled combustion. Little Island is a floating park located in New York on the Hudson River. Supported by 132 pillars, it cost approximately $260 million to build. It features an amphitheater for 700 people and opened just after the quarantine. A huge life-size X-Wing model made from Lego weighs over 44,000 pounds and is made up of more than 5 million pieces. Created in the Czech Republic, it involved the collaboration of 32 people who worked approximately 17,000 hours to create it. In Bilbao, a giant egg crushed a car during a publicity stunt for the Basque city's inauguration as the world capital of telephony and mobile terminals. This event captured public attention for its originality and mystery. The giant hedgehog cricket is an insect that has become popular as a pet. Omnivorous and territorial, it can eat almost anything, but it is not recommended to keep more than one in the same space to avoid fights. The World Wood Sports Camp in the Alps is a competition where lumberjacks compete in speed and precision using saws, axes, and chainsaws. Each round is scored, and the winner is the one with the most points. The Bayori is a famous well in India, built in 800 AD. Its architecture resembles a temple. It's about 66 feet deep, and its walls are designed to collect more water during the rainy season. On land, stunt riding becomes a spectacle of precision and courage. This type of extreme acrobatics, whether on motorcycles wheelies, or bicycles, skids, jumps, and dizzying maneuvers. Riders train for years to control every movement, defying gravity with balance and total mastery of the vehicle. Not far from there, a fat bike equipped with Formula One-inspired tires breaks all terrain limits. Thanks to its rugged design and superior traction, it can ride through snow, mud, sand, or pavement with ease. It's a bike that blends sporting engineering with an adventurous spirit. In the countryside, cows can now also be allies in sustainable energy. With special backpacks that capture the methane they generate, this gas can be stored and converted into a useful source of energy for cooking or heating. Thus, an environmental problem becomes an energy opportunity. And at Disney's Animal Kingdom, the Avatar Flight of Passage attraction redefines the concept of a simulator. Visitors ride a virtual banshee and, with advanced 3D effects, synchronized movements, and ambient aromas, fly over Pandora as if they were actually there. It's such an immersive experience that many forget they've never left the scene. Above the clouds, Skydeck offers a futuristic flight experience. This transparent capsule installed atop some airplanes allows passengers to see the limitless sky with breathtaking panoramic views that completely change the way we travel. Meanwhile, in Russia, artist Alexei Sergeyenko built a provocative work, a throne made from real banknotes. This piece, as striking as it is critical, brings to the table a powerful reflection on the role of money in our societies and the way it defines hierarchies and decisions. The creator, Total Anton, surprises by making skateboards from unusual materials such as glass, stone, and even recycled elements. Each board is a blend of creativity, design, and rebellion, challenging the established order and proving that innovation can also run on wheels. And from India comes Carom, a traditional game that blends the precision of billiards with the simplicity of quoits. On a wooden board, players pocket chips using only their fingers with technique, strategy, and sharp reflexes. It's a classic at family gatherings and also has international tournaments. Dogs observe and imitate their owners. They copy gestures, routines, and even emotional behaviors. This is yet another example of how much they understand and adapt to human life. This same connection between humans and their surroundings is seen in sandboarding, like snowboarding but on dunes. It's practiced in the deserts of Peru and Dubai, and each descent is a battle between speed and hot sand. Just as original is the art of an Italian who smashes aluminum trays against human faces to create relief portraits. The impact not only shapes them, it also surprises the audience with each blow. Also surprising is the sight of the blue McDonald's logo in Sedona, Arizona. The city demands visual harmony with the landscape, so the traditional yellow gives way to the style of the desert environment. And speaking of chains, Amsterdam's canals freeze in winter, turning into natural ice rinks. Residents and tourists skate between bridges as if the city had transformed into a magical postcard. Just as visual are the sneakers launched by Puma alongside Cheetos. Spicy colors, crunchy textures, and details from the original packaging make the footwear a visual feast. In China, basketball courts incorporate LED screens on the floor that display replays and stats. Each play becomes a spectacle that blends sport with cutting-edge technology. Endurance also shines in nature. Polar bears swim more than 2 miles non-stop. Their powerful legs and thick fat make them unbeatable on ice and frozen seas. Just as extraordinary is the golden button on Got Talent, which takes a contestant straight to the finals. Singers, magicians, and acrobats manage to thrill the audience in seconds. Just as incredible is the case of a woman who reduced her waist to just 13 inches after wearing corsets for decades. Her figure is a subject of debate between extreme aesthetics and questionable health. Continuing with unusual solutions, Otoset is a device that cleans ears with warm water and gentle suction. Medical technology in action for those seeking relief without cotton swabs. In the event of extreme fires, the HNE Vario 13 fire extinguisher launches powerful foam thanks to its carbon structure. Lightweight yet effective, it's ideal when every second counts. On another level of luxury, the Rock Candy Ring hides a diamond inside a block of edible sugar. Only 300 were made, and you must lick it until the jewel appears. Literally a sweet surprise. From the ephemeral, we move on to the monumental with the Golden Bridge in Vietnam, held up by 2 gigantic stone hands. It spans hills and looks like something out of a mythological fantasy. In the world of sumo, the tegata is a handprint signed by the wrestler. It is printed in black ink on special paper, a blend of art, respect, and Japanese tradition. And speaking of feats, Aaron Fotheringham performed a double backflip in a wheelchair. He designed his own chair, trained like an extreme athlete, and turned every fall into victory. Where there are bears, there are solutions. In rural areas of Japan, They use robot wolves with sensors, glowing eyes, and mechanical growls. They scare away animals and protect crops like animatronic patrols. Not far behind were Vince Raffay and Fred Fugan, who soared through the skies above Tiananmen Square in China in propelled suits. They flew between cliffs like futuristic birds. And to navigate on land, Matt Denton created a six-legged robot with a hydraulic system. It measures almost 10 feet and is ready to tackle impossible terrain that humans can barely see. In Portugal, the 1,693-foot Aruca Bridge hangs over a deep canyon, connecting cliffs with metal gratings beneath your feet. Each step feels like a flight suspended over rivers and mountains, where vertigo merges with unforgettable landscapes. From the heights to edible art, injected artistic gelatin turns flowers, butterflies, and feathers into three-dimensional desserts. Special syringes inject color and flavor into the transparent gelatin, creating works as beautiful as they are delicious. Nature also creates wonders. On the Mutnovsky volcano in Russia, an ice cave hides with walls that shimmer in shades of blue, violet, and gold. A mixture of lava and glacial water forms a crystal tunnel that changes shape over time. From ice, we move on to surprising architecture. In Yanggu, China, a pyramid-shaped building is reminiscent of Lego blocks. Stepped structures allow for green terraces, natural light, and a shape that is not only impressive but also functional and stable. When it comes to bold design, the King Song's 22 dazzles with its sporty, aerodynamic silhouette. This electric unicycle blends speed, comfort, and futuristic style, ideal for getting around the city with class. But for dangerous moments, a pocket-sized taser delivers a shock that disconnects muscles and brains for a few seconds. While it doesn't cause permanent damage, it immobilizes enough to escape, accompanied by lights and an alarm. In Japan, Toyota City combines high-tech automotive technology with traditional temples, gardens, and museums. A city where futuristic factories and ancient culture coexist, demonstrating that progress is not at odds with roots. From the future, but in 1985, the Sinclair C5 appeared as a short, limited-capacity electric tricycle created by Clive Sinclair. Although it was a commercial failure, his vision anticipated the revolution of compact electric vehicles. And speaking of the future, an installation called the Infinity Mirror launches you into an alternate dimension just by entering. A hypercube full of reflections and lights distorts space and your perception, causing visual and philosophical vertigo. Just as reflections deceive, dreadlocks reflect culture and spirituality in the Rastafarian tradition. More than just a hairstyle, they symbolize strength, connection to the earth, and pride in ancestral identity. From pride to precision, American football is oval, shaped for stable flight and firm catching. Each seam helps with grip, and every pass becomes a battle of technique and reflexes. From underground to sky, in Austria, an aviation enthusiast built a working-scale replica of the Airbus A380, weighing about 330 pounds, with real engines and a wingspan of almost 16 feet. This remote-controlled plane flies like a real one. Now imagine the ground playing with you too. In small spaces, transformable furniture is the perfect solution. A bed that becomes a sofa, a table that becomes a shelf. Design and functionality come together to make the most of every inch without sacrificing style or comfort. Nature doesn't fall behind. Some sea snails may look like jewels, but they're deadly. They use a venomous harpoon to hunt, injecting toxins that paralyze their prey in seconds. Just like there are surprises under the sea, Amsterdam's canals hide thousands of bicycles at the bottom. Accidents, pranks, or forgetfulness turn them into rusted sculptures, pulled out each year like submerged urban treasures. Cats don't just rely on sight and smell to explore, they create mental maps of their environment. They use sounds, scents, and landmarks to remember where their homes and owners are. When lost, familiar sounds and paths help guide them back, strengthening their bond with humans. From Chicago comes Oscar Jackian, an artist who transforms ceramics into fantastic characters. His work blends ancient techniques with modern themes, creating monsters and figures that look like they came from legends. Meanwhile, Volkswagen has developed a smart system that detects driver fatigue before an accident occurs. It monitors tiny steering wheel movements and driving precision to trigger visual and audio alerts. In some models, the technology even adjusts lighting and sound to boost attention, acting as a virtual co-pilot. In the ocean, barnacles are tiny crustaceans that cling to whales or turtles using a sticky substance. This hitchhiking gives them constant access to food-rich zones without using energy, in a relationship that doesn't harm the host. Gaspar Lebedinsky, an American artist, turns everyday objects into striking visual art. From banana peels to paper clips, he transforms the ordinary into sculptures and photos full of humor and creativity. In terms of safety, foam fire suppression systems are designed to extinguish fires caused by flammable liquids. The foam creates a barrier that blocks oxygen from reaching the fuel, effectively stopping combustion. Cheerleading tournaments combine gymnastics, dance, and acrobatics to create shows full of energy and precision. Human pyramids and tosses require practice and trust, since a mistake can be dangerous. Being a cheerleader demands endurance, strength, and coordination, far beyond just pumping up a team. For those who prefer water, snorkeling is a simple activity that lets you explore marine life using a mask, snorkel, and fins. Perfect for beginners, it offers a relaxing view of coral, fish, and underwater plants in calm beaches, lagoons, and rivers. In Minnesota, USA, 120 feet underwater, a lifelike statue of Jason Voorhees stalks divers. With his iconic hockey mask, this horror movie figure has become a macabre joke and an attraction for the brave. Among the dinosaurs, the Triceratops stands out for its 3 horns and its bony ruff that protected it from predators. This colossus, measuring up to 30 feet and weighing more than 26,000 pounds, lived in herds and used its horns for confrontations or warnings. In fighting forest fires, helicopters launch controlled fires to create natural fire breaks. These small fires consume vegetation before the larger blaze reaches, strategically halting its advance. In space, tears don't run down the face, but form droplets that float around the astronaut. This peculiarity occurs due to microgravity and can cause discomfort by blurring vision or causing discomfort. Near the pyramids of Teotihuacan, Mexico, La Gruta is a restaurant inside a natural cave dating back to 1906. This place offers traditional Mexican food in a unique setting, where flavor and history blend with the spectacular atmosphere. In Saudi Arabia, Maraya is a concert hall covered by more than 104,000 square feet of mirrors that reflect the surrounding desert. The building appears almost invisible, like a mirage, artistically blending modern architecture and arid landscape. The Icon of the Seas is the world's largest cruise ship, measuring more than 1,180 feet and with capacity for 7,000 passengers. It offers water parks, restaurants, theaters, and even an ice rink, making traveling like being in a floating city full of surprises. In Oaxaca, Mexico, the Guelaguetza celebrates the cultural richness of 8 regions with dance, music, and traditional costumes. This indigenous festival symbolizes cooperation and pride, attracting visitors who enjoy a living tradition in a natural setting. The Ruyi Bridge in China stands out for its futuristic steel and glass design, with transparent sections 460 feet high. This work combines advanced engineering with aesthetics, offering stunning views and symbolizing architectural modernity. The Australian spiny lizard has spines for protection and skin that channels water directly into its mouth, eliminating the need to approach sources. Furthermore, its false head distracts predators, an ingenious adaptation for survival in the desert. Ro-Ro ships are floating parking lots that transport up to 8,000 vehicles by rolling down ramps without the need for cranes. They are vital to the automotive industry and connect continents through efficient maritime routes. Sharks have existed for over 400 million years and have survived mass extinctions. They control marine balance, and although feared, many species are not dangerous to humans and are vital to the oceans. The Luna moth, with lime green wings and long tails, has no mouth as an adult. Its sole mission is to reproduce before dying, demonstrating a short and fascinating life cycle. Tell us in the comments which of these interesting facts impressed you the most. Don't leave without subscribing to Zarpado, liking, and sharing for more interesting facts.